And as we promised, we go right to the guest line for Drake Maye. Drake Maye on Patriots Monday on WEEI is brought to you by Northeast Men's Health, the experts in treating men's sexual health with 6 New England offices or at northeastmenshealth.com. By Windward Mental Health, start your healing journey now at windwardmentalhealth.com. And by John Sewer and Drain Cleaning, the name to know when your drains don't flow. Drake, how we doing this week?
What's going on? Y'all got the music going. I like it.
You like that? That's in the Drake Maye playlist?
No, shoot. Whatever people want to play, that's cool with me.
I'll tell you what looked cool yesterday was the efficiency of your performance, the offensive performance. And I want to ask you, it seemed like Josh McDaniels, who a few weeks ago we were asking questions like too much on your plate, whatever, how are you guys getting along? Seemed like he was dialing up a lot of things that worked really well yesterday. There was that little series with the screen, the end around, then the fake end around run. Seemed like you and Josh were very much clicking yesterday. Is that fair to say?
True, that's what he's done. That's what done for a long time. Just glad that kind of really able to keep going, building each and every week. And we got guys that can have great skill sets and do different things. So I think we're starting to kind of get something going. So just gotta keep going in the next week, and we got a tough challenge.
Drake, I know you were playing yesterday against the team you grew up rooting for, being a Charlotte native. Did you get a little extra geeked up, a little extra fired up to play a team that you grew up cheering for, and also hitting the Cam Newton-Selly in the end zone? Was that planned, improvised, just kind of like a little spur-of-the-moment exciting thing?
Yeah, it was cool, man. The team I grew up watching, spent so many games in Bank of America Stadium back home. Used to be the kid with the Panther eye paint and the Panther face paint. Growing up, but no, I think it was. I don't know if I had a plan, but I had an idea before the game. I didn't know if I was going to do it or not, and just kind of one of those things where you decide when if it's the right time or not. So it felt like it was the right time.
You mentioned in terms of that celebration that you're not the most emotional guy. Cam was a more emotional quarterback, and sometimes maybe you need to be a little bit more emotional. But can it also be a good thing? It seems like if you're not super emotional, that probably allows you to be a little more even-keeled, not get too high or too low. Can that be a benefit to you?
Yeah, I think there's a common balance between that. Trying to be even keeled and let nothing really bother you, let nothing get you too amped up. And then there's also the part of where teammates want to see you amped up and feed off that. So just trying to find that, and I think the guys respond to it well. So just trying a good balance between that.
So Rhamondre obviously had a tough week 3 against the Steelers, putting the ball on the carpet 2 times, but Coach Vrabel understands his value to the team and how important it is to try to get work to push past those mistakes. How important was it to have him out there for you and the offense? And what kind of message do you think that sends to your team?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. It's confidence. It was confidence from the coaching staff, and it's confidence from the guys around us. We didn't blink an eye. We knew what Rhamondre, his capability and his effort to take care of the football, and he almost got in the end zone. He really should have. No, I thought it was great to see him bounce back and look forward to him. We're going to need him all season.
As much as it looked easy on paper, and we're talking to Drake Maye on a Patriots Monday here on WEEI Afternoons, the game got off to a little bit of a slow start. The defense gave up the drive. You guys had the 3 and out, and then you got the big punt return shortly thereafter. How much did Marcus Jones' punt return for a touchdown just inject life in everybody and sort of jumpstart what ended up being a rout?
Yeah, I think that could be kind of that could be the jumpstart. It can be the kind of igniter, and I think it really was. We had the first possession where I missed Booty behind him, and from there I think just kind of felt like, okay, let's get this thing going, and that's what we feel like on the sideline. I think the offense responded well the next drives, and I really felt like the whole day that the defense and their stuff just put some great spots, and we just kind of had to finish off the job.
So Steph Diggs said in his post-game presser as well yesterday, what did he say? He's a 5 out of 10 so far?
Yeah.
He's only at a 5 out of 10 in understanding the McDaniels offense. Looks pretty impressive for only being a 5 out of 10. Where would you put yourself numerically on a scale of 0 to 10 in understanding where everything is offensively?
Yeah, I don't know about 0 out of 10. I feel good. I feel good each and every week. I think it's I feel good with terminology and feel good in and out of some plays and getting different run looks. So I'm feeling better each and every week. I think Steph really was hoping the 5 out of 10 meant he's got a lot, better to go, which I think was what he meant. But really from there, I think we just got to keep building, and we still have our best football play ahead of us, and I think we're going to need that Sunday night.
You have been talking about wanting to get Steph the ball more, and he had 6 catches, 100-plus yards yesterday. There was one catch in particular that stood out to me, that throw down the right sideline, sort of the back shoulder. He came back for it. Usually those back shoulders are an indication that a quarterback, wide receiver, pretty good rapport, kind of on the same page. Is that a safe read from afar, and is that exciting to you, sort of how that relationship is growing between you and Steph?
Yeah, it's continuing to grow. Most of the stuff has been kind of across the middle and crossing around some steps, so it's good to see something outside, hit. And I think one of those is just feel between me and the receiver, and I think he, made a great play, and I need to get him in the end zone, so that's probably the next thing. He's got to break maybe one more tackle or so, but no, I was excited to see him do that, and it was good for him to get back out there and have a great week.
Great, obviously, to get a home win for the fans after 3 tries on the 2025 season. Now you guys are sitting at 2-2, but I'm not sure if you're aware statistically of how good things are going for you as well. Now you're accomplishing things early on in the season, Drake, with your passer rating, rushing touchdowns, passing touchdowns, that you're now in rare company of the Lamar Jacksons, the Josh Allens of the world, and there's actually a completion percentage and touchdown pass stat that compares you to Tom Brady. How does it feel to be in such vaunted company this early in your second season?
Oh, shoot, we got a lot of work to do, and especially myself. So, those things are cool that they bring out those stuff and stats, but like I said, I think getting wins is what those guys are remembered for, and we got a tough stretch of games and starting on Sunday night, so we got to get back out there and keep it going.
You told us last week that it's never as good or as bad on film as you think it is. So obviously the points, the statistics said it was a really good game. Now that you've broken down the film, what's one thing that wasn't as good as you'd hoped it could be, or that you need to work on?
I think just a little thing, little details on plays, to make it better. I think I missed Travion on the flat, a little bit behind him. I missed Booty in the first possession, a little bit behind him. So just try to be as accurate as I can. I missed the open across, the middle O. So just the little things of, the incompletions I did have, I feel like we could have had back and had them complete. So just little things there. And then, I thought the guys played hard and played well. So no comment on my teammates. I thought they played, did a great job.
Your coach said yesterday at the end of his post-game press conference, Drake, went on a little bit of a diatribe going on about some of the things that guys do that don't always show up on the stat sheet. Like yesterday, obviously, Pop Douglas had a tough time getting going, but had a big block, I believe, on one of the, I forget exactly when.
Hunter Henry.
The Hunter Henry play. Thank you very much, Andy. So how much does it mean to have those little moments highlighted, and do you guys always make a point of emphasis to shout out the guys that don't always show up on the stat sheet?
Yeah, Coach Brady does a great job in team meetings of pointing that out, and, Pop had a couple of huge blocks throughout the game, on the tight end screen, the hoop on the second drive had a huge block. And
that's right.
Like you mentioned, the 100 touchdown run as well. So just guys that are keeping on just showing up and they care about winning. That's what Coach Vrabel's preaching, and that's what's going to show up. And, the ball's going to find these guys that just keep playing hard. So, proud of that, and that's the stuff on film that you really look at back and the teammate coach be like, man, that's pretty cool seeing that.
Patriots quarterback Drake Maye here on a Patriots Monday on WEEI Afternoons. Drake, week 1 was a big game for Booty. Then it went your guy Stevenson. Then it went Hunter Henry. Then it was Stefon Diggs. How exciting as a quarterback is it to kind of show – everybody says, oh, this team doesn't have a number one target, but you show up each week and a different guy has been your number one target. You have a bunch of guys that can put up numbers and beat the defense.
Yeah, I keep telling people that, and I think they're starting to see it. We got a lot of different guys that can make plays and agree with the ball. So it's really not shooting out what the play is or not who gets it. It's just really just who happens to get that play and who falls apart in the progression or the read or the scheme. And I think Coach McDaniels doing a great job of getting guys in that spot. And the crazy part, we've left a lot of plays out there on film that we probably should have even bigger games for other guys. So.
Well, I know I've mentioned the names of a lot of other quarterbacks during this interview, but obviously in your short time in the NFL, Drake, you've been compared to Josh Allen, it's a great benchmark as well. Obviously, he's having a phenomenal career, MVP caliber season. Again, they're atop the AFC East 4-0. And now you guys get to travel to Orchard Park to renew rivalries with some very friendly fans over there for Buffalo. How excited do you get facing off against somebody like Josh, and how much do you love going into hostile territory like that?
Yeah, I think I love going on the road. I love playing away games. I've loved it since high school football, where you go into your rivalries at their place and win a game with the student section. So I love it in college and starting to love it in the NFL. It's awesome going on the road, and it's a challenge. It's tough, and I think it feels good when you get one on the road. So tough challenges. As tough as he did to the AFC with the Bills and how they've played the past couple of years, and I think we went there last year and started fast, and I think we just gotta try to have the same mindset. Start fast and just keep it. Keep it. I think it's about us, like we did this past week. It's about us and not about them. And like I said, we got a tough challenge and looking forward to it.
Josh Allen's a guy that finds the end zone with his arm and with his legs. You've been doing that early in the season, so this may be a little bit of a unique question, but what feels better, throwing a touchdown pass or scoring a touchdown run?
Oh, I think throwing a touchdown pass. I think when two people score, it's a lot better. So I always try to tell guys, hey, if I choose, if you're wide open and I'm wide open to run it, I'm going to throw it. So that's what I always tell them. But if you do have to run it in, I know the guys aren't too mad about it either.
Before we get to the quarterback question of the week, I noted yesterday in your press conference after the game, you referenced the one sack, which was a short sack, and you joked that you apologized to the offensive line. Did you kind of screw them out of a shutout there?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I did, and it's just a bummer. I'm just mad at myself, but hey, I think those guys know it. It wasn't on them, so I apologize. And I tried to do that. I think I've taken a couple no-yard sacks this year, which is I think I even took one running out of bounds one time. So I've just got to be mindful of that and know those guys. They'll play their butts off all game, so it means something to them, and they do a great job of keeping me. So.
Yeah, you could make it up with a Christmas gift or maybe like a nice steak dinner sometime.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, yeah, you got to start thinking about those Christmas gifts. You quarterbacks in the NFL, everybody's watching and everybody plays one. They're giving out cars and golf carts.
Yeah.
It's probably, I know it's only late September. You probably got to start that on your to-do list, what you're going to get your linemen this year. Have you thought about it at all?
Yeah, you got to start out early. You got to start out early, and I think it's one of those things where you can't do it last minute. You got to put some thought into it, and those guys care about it. So.
Also helps if you get a sponsor involved. I think Brock Purdy got Toyota to basically give his offensive line cars. So you get the credit, but let the car dealership give the gift. All right, now time for the quarterback question of the week here on WEEI Afternoons, brought to you by Northeast Men's Health, the experts in treating men's sexual health with 6 New England offices, or at northeastmenshealth.com. And this comes from Chris in Carlisle. Have you ever been starstruck? And I think this is probably based on, you've talked about you met Cam Newton and Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. And then even yesterday, Jaylen Brown's on the field, Mark Wahlberg. Have you ever been starstruck, or who would you be starstruck by if you met them?
That's a great question. I really haven't found myself being starstruck kind of in person. I think it's one of those things that kind of starstruck kind of get surprised by them. So most of the people that I've met, I kind of know they have an idea they're there. I think as a young kid, I used to get starstruck when you see players come up to you and being at old camps, training camps, and seeing Cam Newton and Luke Kuechly and those guys. Since my time as an adult, I think maybe the first time meeting Tom. When I met Tom, you're a little starstruck. I mean, the greatest to ever do it. He's probably up there at number one for me. So anytime you see the best to do it, it's pretty cool.
On the flip side of that, you said you remember being starstruck by players. Have you experienced that when you're meeting kids now that Drake Maye is making them feel starstruck?
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I think you see people dressing up as me for Halloween and stuff like that. It's a good reminder of how much I can mean to kids and fans out there. It means the world.
All right, Drake, appreciate you joining us. Good luck in Buffalo, and we'll talk to you next week.
Sweet. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks, Drake.
Thanks, Drake.
That's Drake Maye, the quarterback of your New England Patriots, on a Patriots Monday here on WEEI Afternoons. Yes, Diz.
No go Pats. Just saying.
no
Hall
go.
of
Where was
Fame,
it this time?
I don't know.
Why don't we?
I don't know.
Why don't we get it? Why don't we get it unless we have to prompt him for it?
He did say it was more of an in-person thing. And so my next level of that is, so Drake, let's do this in person. We're happy to come down to Gillette Stadium. You come down, we'll revisit it. We don't need to sit on the leather couches if you don't want. If we bumped knees that one time, I'm
Did you
sorry.
fart? Like, what happened?
No, we
No,
did.
seriously.
We bumped knees a little bit. I think it was a weird touching of legs.
Ew, why would you do that? That's like
It was
Curb
an
Your Enthusiasm
accident.
level cringe.
Yeah,
It
you
was
never
a-
bump knees.
It was
Dude,
a
you can't,
little
no,
studio.
No nub
That's
bumps.
why we went
you
to the
cannot
table.
nub bump.
We never bumped nubs, apparently, if that's what we're calling them, when we sat at the desk. So we could always do that again.